So a lot of you may know this, but January is known as the toilet bowl season for films because nothing ever good comes out for the most part. Is Underwater a reason for that? Well, let's find out. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in to my opinion/review for Underwater. I really do appreciate it. And if this is your first time finding me and you want more movie reviews, trailer reactions, me responding to entertainment news or television recaps, please right now click on that subscribe button and also the bell so you can be notified when I make uploads. And you will be on your way. Underwater is a film that I had somewhat, mediocre expectations too. I mean, the trailers look good. It looked like it could be a decent film, but I would be lying if I said that I was super excited about it. But, it has Tim Miller in it. It also has, Kristen Stewart from Twilight. I'm not going to hate on the Twilight movies. That was a long time ago, but Shucks did a great job in the latest Charlie's Angels movie. So I'm not going to hate on that film either. So I was like, hey, let's just go into this. I kind of like action, drama, suspense, thrillers. We gonna see. Now, this is being directed by Mr. William Eubank, and I've never heard of this dude before. In 2011, he did a film called Love, and a little bit after that, he did a film called Signal. I have seen neither of those films, but if you have before, subscribe and leave me a comment down below. But what is this Underwater movie about? Well, a crew of aquatic researchers work to get to safety after an earthquake devastates their subterranean laboratory. But the crew has more than the ocean seems to fear. Now. You have all seen the trailers for this movie, and if you haven't, I'm not necessarily going to spoil anything for you, but let's just say that it was more than the earthquake that got these aquatic researchers, to the reason why they had to escape. This is 7 miles below the ocean surface and something has awakened. That is the official tagline. And we're going to get to that in a second. Now, this movie comes in at like barely 90 minutes. So that is one of the good things about this film. And another great thing is, seriously, within the first few minutes of this film, bam, it just gets going. They just kind of just throw you in. There's no introduction. You don't get to meet any characters. It's just boom, bada boom, and you're in there, and these people are trying to survive and fight for their lives. I love that. I love the unknown. I love that I don't know what's going on, and I'm trying to discover what's going on, while at the same time, these characters are trying to explain what's going on too. Because like I said, they're 5,000 miles away from land and 7 miles below the surface, underwater in this laboratory. So, they're really, really out of their element. There's really no sense of day. There's no sense of night. You're just waking up and you having dreams and stuff like that. Very cool concept. I love that at the very beginning. A great way to start the film. So kudos there. Another thing I liked about this film is just the claustrophobic nature of the movie. You're in an underground, underwater laboratory and everything is tight. And everything is collapsing in on you. So you're having to squeeze in and weave and move this boulder out of the way and watch out for this electrical wire here. And you just have to look around your whole shoulder all the time, over your shoulder all the time. And that's just another great, element, to add to a horror suspense film, like this, especially with everything being dark. It's just a nice little touch right there. It's all cohesive and I'm loving that. Another thing that I like is, some people get annoyed with jump scares, but I thought the little jump scares in this movie was earned, especially with everything being just so claustrophobic. I maybe jumped one time, but there was a number of people throughout the whole film that jumped too. And, it was funny to me, but, it didn't feel rushed or anything like that. Like I said, I felt that the film earned it. And also we have Tim Miller in this film, and he's known for always, he's the comedic guy when he's thrown in the movie, to provide some levities, so it's not just, you're at the edge of your seat the whole time. He allows you to breathe. And he was funny at times. He was. I did appreciate him. And like I said this 3 times now. They're 7 miles below the surface. There's no light down there. Everything is broken. And so the tone that this film set initially as well, that these people here are just in the true nightmare with nowhere to go, no rescue, no help. I mean, they are really in a pickle. They are really in a quagmire. And at the, towards the beginning, I was like, man, they are effed. There's just no way. I mean, I'm never a person that's just going to give up, but I'm just like, okay, there's just really no way I can make it out of this alive. So why stress myself out? You know what I'm saying? But they wanted to push forward. And, that is something that is entertaining about this movie. But that's the first act of this film, because when it gets to the second act, guys, in my opinion, everything just kind of fell apart. And I really just was not liking it. And for the most part, it just kind of went downhill from there. And I was disappointed because it started out so good and ended up being a complete waste of time. Reason being is I didn't really care about the characters. They tried to give you some backstory on them, whether the two people were a couple, if they were married, talk about kids, but it just wasn't going anywhere for me. As far as T.J. Miller is concerned, yeah, he was funny, but at the same time, his character was inconsistent, because sometimes he was funny and he seemed like he had confidence, but at other times he was whining. It seemed like he was scared, like, oh my gosh, are we going to die? Give me good news. I mean, which one is it, dude? Which one is it? You can't be a scared punk in one scene, be heroic in the next scene, be funny in the next scene, and then scared again right after that. It just doesn't make any sense. And another thing is, you had a character in this movie that was just panicking the whole time, like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Why are we here? Why are we going to die? Why did you take this job in the first place? Okay, you do not sign up to be a window washer if you're afraid of heights. That doesn't make any sense. If you're afraid of dying, when you know that it's a small possibility, why? And you just kind of have characters like that, throughout this movie, and it was just kind of really annoying to me. Also when they're going on their expedition and trying to escape, trying to save themselves, you really I lost all sense of direction. I didn't know what was up. I didn't know what was down, left, right, or front, or behind me. It just felt like the camera was flinging around at points in time, zooming in on certain actors or actresses' face at random. And I really couldn't see. And it wasn't just an earthquake. They're fighting some type of mutated, alien sea creatures down here. And, they were no-face cannon fodder. And, that's fine. I don't have a problem with cannon fodder, but there was just no threat there as well. And, like, the whole second act, I just did not, I knew what was going on, but I couldn't see. Everything was just kind of jumbled together in like a big goulash mess. And I don't know. It was just bad. I can't even think about another word to describe it. I just was not entertained. I was bored, and I was actually just kind of ready to go. Things did kind of pick up towards the end of the third act. I don't know. Characters just put their brains back together and tried to start making sense again. But when they tried to, it kind of was anticlimactic for me. They threw in I don't want to spoil it for you, but they just kind of threw in a big plot point that was unnecessary and completely washed away everything out that came before. And the second act wasn't that good, so you just was kind of left with nothing, or just the only things that you liked from the first act. It seemed like they just kind of mixed two genres together at the end, to seem like cool or something like that. But no, it was it was silly and stupid to me. And I really can't talk about it any more than that without spoiling it for you. But I did think it was just completely unnecessary, dull, bland, and dry, even though they are underwater. But, with only 90 minutes, I was just kind of saying to myself, okay, this thing, they need to just go ahead and wrap this up, because I am getting kind of fed up here. And then when you add the SCS that the characters that was doing, especially in the second act, the stupid character syndrome, there's just, I don't know. There's just not much room to say anything positive about this film. It wasn't horrible. I didn't hate it, but I was a bit disappointed because it did start out great. So if I had to rate Underwater out of a 1 out of 10, I'm going to give this thing a 5 out of 10. Yes, a 5 out of 10. But, guys, look, that's how I feel. That is just my opinion. Okay, so let me know what you think. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like the video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Help me reach 20,000 subscribers. It would be great to have 20,000 subscribers in the year 2020, in the new year, in the new decade. And also look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the good stuff is right there at the bottom of your screen. I have links in the description box and the pinned comments. All you gotta do is click the link, click the follow button, and you help me boy out. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in to my opinion/review for Underwater. And before you go, don't forget to always chase your dreams, because I'm chasing mine. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.